Morning. First couple of people in. Who we got? Up the Oldham. Luke, I've been looking at Oldham this morning. Good to see you, Luke. I did have a look at Oldham. Oldham home to Woking. Woking without a win in 5. Lost their last 3. Oldham now won the last 4 in the league, I think. I've got Oldham down for a straightforward win today, Luke. And they're going to score 2 or more at 8-11. Lloydo, good to see you. Canu, good morning. Harry, Oren, Callum, good to see everybody jumping in. Stuart's in, hoping for a 2 win tonight. Hope so. Be interested. It seems like ages since we've watched Newcastle. Looking forward to the game tonight. Good to see a lot of people jumping in. We've got 14 in already. As most of you know, used to do this on a Saturday on TikTok and we'd get tons in. Now we've just got all the diehards, all the regulars, all the important people are here. I'll share all of my AFL stuff today. I'm going to share nothing from the FA Cup because the FA Cup drives me mad. Last night was absolute garbage, wasn't it? 3 draws, 2 nil-nils. I played the Forest game safe, took over 1.5 goals, couldn't even get 1. I took Coventry to score 2. They had enough chances, scored 1, but didn't get the second. I took City shots, which was good, and I took corners in the Villa-Chelsea game, which was good. But beyond that, it was a poor and boring night of FA Cup football. And we had a lot of that in the previous round as well. So I've dodged the FA Cup today. We've got plenty of AFL stuff to get stuck into. But do let me know what games you're looking forward to, what picks you've got for today. If you've got any trebles or big hackers, let us know. Oren's going to be on the horses today. Lloydo is definitely on the horses, and he's going to chuck us a few picks out as well. So get your notepads out, your pen and paper, and start scribbling down as everybody tells you what they're going to go for. Luke Miller, our resident Oldham fan up the Oldham, says he'd put Norwood 1.5 goals or more. Fancies Norwood to get on the score sheet. Yeah, I'd put Norwood or 1.5 goals. Yeah, I think Oldham can score a couple today. I haven't put them in any of my hackers, but I did have a look just for you, Luke, and definitely fancy Oldham today. Oren Bell's first in with the horse picks. He's chucking out Lossiemouth and John Bond as a double. Can you? Only win I had was draw, half-time, City full-time, 6-1. Not bad. City eventually scored at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the first time. It wasn't a great game. City probably edged it, certainly based on the chances. I expected more goals and a bit more fun in that one. Callum is straight in. He's impatient, Callum. He can't wait to get the hackers on. I'll put the banner up in a second and show you exactly what I've got. I will then share it all in the Telegram after this as well. We'll put it in the Telegram page a little later. Tons of stuff. Championship, there's only 2 games today. We've got Sunderland v Stoke, and we've got Millwall v Preston. I've dodged both of them. There was nothing at all standing out to me in either of those games. So I've jumped to League 1 and League 2, and I've got plenty of stuff I like there. I'll put them on the screen in a minute. Morning, Michael. How are we doing? How's the saves picks going? And will Everton beat Luton today, Michael? I've got Luton down as my potential underdog pick of the week. 6-1 Luton just looks a bit of value. In the form Everton are in at the moment. Might not win, but I think it looks value at 6-1. It's an FA Cup game, Mike. If it can keep it tight, and Everton aren't scoring many at the minute, I think worth a stab. There's worth 6-1 shots today, that's for sure. Kenzie Shepherd's coming in with some picks. This is what we want to see. Let's get that up on the screen. Fancy Leeds to score 3 goals, Blackpool to score 2 or more, and Derby 2 or more. None of them made my list. None of those games even made my list. I have dodged the FA Cup today. But good luck with that bet. I love the team total goal picks. If you watch the podcast, you'll know that. And I have got a team total pick of my own coming up in a second. Callum, this is a Jurgen Klopp free zone. I am absolutely sick of hearing about. It's only been 24 hours, and all I've heard is Jurgen Klopp. You put the Spurs Man City game on, and all you hear is Jurgen Klopp. They interview Pep Guardiola, and all I want to talk about is Jurgen Klopp. So this is a Jurgen Klopp free zone. Fuck him. Get out of here. Can't wait to see the back of him. No, it's sad, isn't it? Did you cry, Callum? Let us know. and Lloydo and any other Liverpool fans. Nah, it comes as a shock, didn't it? Obviously comes as a shock. I'm being a little bit facetious, I think is the word. But yeah, I'm sick of hearing about it. And we're going to hear about it for the next 4 months now on it. It's just going to be a constant Jurgen Klopp loving. Get away, man. Let him go. So yeah, Callum wasn't far off tears yesterday. I nearly cried laughing, to be honest. Interested to see who's next, though. Genuinely, see what comes next. Hopefully, Stevie Gerrard or someone daft like that. Stevie Bruce. I think De Zerbi. They should go for De Zerbi. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd like that. Harry Dougherty says his local team Barnet away to Gateshead over half a goal in the first half. Both teams to score in the game and over 2.5 goals, 10-11. Chucking a little bit of National League action out there. Oren Bell has, he's chatting with Lloydo about the picks. Lloydo's got his horse picks out. Burnett Road in the 12:05 at Cheltenham and Gidley Park in the 4:10 at Cheltenham. I'll look back over the comments. I missed your winner through the week. Lloydo did drop me one in the TikTok chat and I missed it because I was busy with work stuff. So I will have a look and see how we're going later on. No idea what happened there. Clicked the wrong button. Yeah, you'll have to give me a nudge. If I'm still on here at 12:05, Lloydo, let me know. And we'll punt that one live. Callum Schultz, Derby have been shit recently. I left Derby off for that reason. They should win at home today against Cheltenham. Michael Hurst thinks it'll be Alonso. Madrid are supposedly interested in Alonso as well, aren't they? I mean, I don't know. I think if it's Alonso, nothing's going to be announced till much later in the season, is it? He's not going to want any distractions. He's still in the hunt for the Bundesliga title at the moment. Michael fancies Wrexham and Luton. Double chance as his little double. Two little underdogs there. I think Wrexham. Who have Wrexham got? Can't even remember who they've got now. Didn't make my list. I'll pop my picks up on the screen in a minute. Oh yeah, Blackburn, isn't it? That's a Monday night game. Lee Smith's in with his treble. Barnsley, Blackpool and Peterborough all to win. 4-1 and over 1 goal in each game. I don't get that bit, Lee. Over 1 goal. Oh, sorry, over 1 goal. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking it was 1 or more goals. I'm thinking, well, obviously, if they're going to win, they're going to be at least 1 goal. Yeah. Harry Wrexham or FA Cup. So the league game will show us postponed, but they've got an FA Cup game on Monday. Do I think Maidstone scores? Yeah, we've got Ipswich Maidstone coming up at lunchtime. And I genuinely have no idea what to do with it. We could possibly put a bet builder up. Ipswich starting at 1-12 makes it very difficult. Duke's in with the Serie A picks. Juventus to score 2 or more. Plus 160. That's good price. Good price. Just over 6-4. And Juventus to score 3 or more at 9-2. Put it into English prices. I'll translate Duke for you into the to English prices for our English followers. We have more of the English in for the Saturday morning live stream. As you know, when we do the podcast, we put out American odds and UK odds to cater for all nationalities. Anyway, what you all want to know is what I fancy in the games today, don't you? So I'm going to pop it on the screen. I'll take Kenzie's thing off the screen because that's been a bit too long now. Let's remove that. There we go. Yes, get your notepads out, your pens and paper. If you're in the Telegram group, I will post it in Telegram as well once I come off here. But that was the stuff I like. I've got a win treble, a team total treble. I've got a long shot. I've got Ackers over 2.5. And I've even put a couple of scorers in there today, something a little bit different. So I say every week, like these are what I've taken. Those are the games I like and the picks I like. Mix them up. If there's stuff you don't like in it, take the bits you do like, and mix and match and play it however you want to play it. Don't let me tell you what to do. Been doing all right on the AFL stuff though. We've been hitting at least one or two of the Accas every week, and getting very, very close. Or very close last week on hitting almost everything. Blackburn Huddersfield let us down for good few quid on a good few Accas. 1-1 at half time, and all we needed was a goal to hit the over 2.5 Accas, and it didn't come, unfortunately. Do I reckon Derby win? I do, but just their current form, I left them off my list of stuff. But I do think they'll beat Cheltenham today. Callum Grimsby game, there is tons of goals. I mean, you think back to that crazy 5-5 a couple of weeks ago against Notts County. Tranmere are a good price to get goals today against Grimsby. That's why I've stuck them in my team total to really push it up. So we've got a 6-1 treble on the team total, but then you can really push it up 16-1 by adding Tranmere in. And that was a pick I really liked. Obviously, I've got Grimsby in my over 2.5. My over 3.5 pick as well, which is a bit of a long shot. But yeah, goals in that game look good. I mean, Tranmere have lost their last 2, but before that they'd scored 2 or more in 4 consecutive games. And as you say, Grimsby, they conceded 11 in their last 2 games, and they've conceded 2 or more in 4 of their last 5. So I do like Tranmere to get a couple of goals. 6-4 Tranmere to score 2 or more as a singles, not a bad price as well. Oren's asking what time they kick off. I'm fairly certain, and I will double check, that all of these games are 3 o'clock kickoffs. Yeah, there's no, because I've dodged the FA Cup. FA Cup is the only early games today. So yeah, you've got plenty of time. They are all 3 o'clock stuff. Can use Blackburn on the ban list, rightfully so. As you can see, Blackburn do not appear on my list today, but I have deliberately dodged the FA Cup. If you want to know any of my fancies for the FA Cup today, then they were all on the podcast, so I'm sure you've probably already listened. Though, I should say, fucking FA Cup's hard. It's hard work. Like, I mean, I had Man City game in my over 2.5 Accra. That went down. I had the Bournemouth game the night before overs, which obviously came in about 10 minutes. But I took both to score in the Forest game, shite, and I took Coventry to score 2 or more. I really fancied that pick as well, and they got the goal in the first half, but just couldn't get the second. So shite from me in the FA Cup last night. And for that reason, I'm very afraid of the FA Cup today. I think Luton at 6-1 are a decent price underdog. I think there'll be goals in the Leeds Plymouth game. And other than that, I'll be leaving the FA Cup well alone. I might put a bet builder out later on for the Newcastle game, just for a bit of interest. Callum's right. Cup games is just fucking hard work, isn't it? But it is what it is. Oren Belsey and Ipswich are on the ban list. Shafted them 3-4 games on the bounce here. They've hit a really rough patch, haven't they, Ipswich? Interesting to see. I mean, up against Maidstone today, should be winning that, shouldn't they? Ipswich did beat. They had that slide, didn't they? They had a 5-game winless streak. That said, they did have a lot of injuries and suspensions during that run. They did come back. They won in the last round of the FA Cup against AFC Wimbledon. They went and beat Sunderland 2-1. And then they had a 1-1 draw against Leicester. So the last 3 games are a bit more positive for Ipswich. They'll go and win that today, won't they? Francis is in. Good to see you, Francis. Let us know what you fancy the day. Right, FA Cup has been difficult. To be fair, I struggled in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. I smashed the replays, but first round of games was very very difficult. But you know, we've got a podcast to put out, so we've got to make picks somewhere. But yeah, not a lot of it was very good last night. Let's see how today goes. But the AFL's where it's at. Let's hit the AFL hard and hit all of these Accas today. Get in. Ipswich half-time, full-time looks good, says Francis. I don't know what price you're getting for that. Let's have a look. sure you can tell us, France. I wouldn't have thought it'd be massive price. Honestly, I don't know. I got a mate of mine who was an Ipswich fan. Ipswich half-time, full-time, 2-5. Still a very short price, isn't it? Mate of mine's an Ipswich fan. I should have got him on this morning to come and give us a steer on scorers and shot takers and things like that. But I didn't. I'll probably watch the game, but I need to spend the afternoon making some notes on the midweek Premier League. So those who do listen to the podcast, we're recording tonight at 6 o'clock because Malcolm's busy tomorrow. So normally it's Sunday night. Malcolm's busy, so we're recording it tonight at 6. So if you do want to jump onto YouTube later on at 6 o'clock, which conveniently is just before the Newcastle game, so we will be finished bang on for 7 o'clock. No doubt we'll have a little chat about that as well. So get involved if you want to jump in. We've got a full slate of Premier League games midweek, so we'll be covering all of that tonight on the podcast. So jump in if you can. It's been good. We've been getting a lot more interaction on the YouTubes lately, which is really, really good to see. Still trying to build this TikTok back up, but fuck me, it's hard work. Like TikTok just doesn't like me anymore. I've gone from getting several thousand people viewing the videos to now a few hundred. It's hard to build it, but we'll get there. We won't give up. Had a few messages from a few people on TikTok who have now found me and said, they're missing the TikTok lives. My sleep pattern isn't. I'm sleeping like a baby now, getting to sleep at a sensible time instead of sitting on TikTok at midnight, chatting shite to you lot. Sean, how we doing? Sean's went with Ipswich. Man United. He says United, but I don't like calling them United, so I'm not having that. And Liverpool at 0.35. And he's lumped 10 pence on it. Good luck, mate. Solid. It might be to buy us a little lollipop or something with your winnings. Man United won't win. Will they, Frank? Sean, how's Sunderland going to get on? Let us know. Oren Bell, Blackpool, half-time, full-time, 8-5. Likes the look of that. Or draw, half-time, Blackpool, full-time at 19-5. Just having a look at... I think the Ipswich game is the only early one, isn't it, this morning? Yeah, we've got Ipswich versus Maidstone. And I think that's it. Yeah, Sean, I think it's going to be toxic there today if Sunderland don't win. I think you're right. I think it'll be gone, Ronnie. Sunderland fans have lost patience with Beale very quickly. I don't think Sunderland fans really fancied him from the start. It was a bizarre appointment, and it's panned out exactly how a lot of people thought it would. I left the game off. I didn't make any picks today, but obviously I will be cheering on Stoke and hoping for some more Mac and misery today. He had a bit of a meltdown yesterday. Well, not a meltdown, but started having a bit of a whinge about Sunderland fans not liking his accent and things like that. I don't think that's the problem, is it? I don't think his accent's the main issue. Frank is going for Man United to win by 4 or more. When did Man United last win by 4 or more, Frank? Against anyone? I've left it. I left the Man United game alone. They should win, and they should win well, but thought the same against Wigan in the last round. They scraped past them. Sean's gone for Gooch anytime and Stoke win at 18-1. That's some confidence from the Sunderland fans there. Kenzie, I've got Luton down as an underdog pick for today, 6-1. It's not a tip, it's not a banker. It's just, I think 6-1 is a good price against Everton, given the current form of Everton. So that was the only reason I chucked Luton out as a pick for the FA Cup today. So I don't mind them as a little outsider. Duke's got his little around the world acca here. I haven't looked at any of the AFCON or Asian Cup stuff because, to be honest, it's been fucking terrible for me. Me and Malcolm, if you listen to the podcast, are dying to get stuck into Cape Verde on Monday, though. Asian Cup, Australia versus Indonesia. Australia to score 2 or more at evens. And 3 or more at 5-2. There we go. What time's that kick off, Duke? Let us know. I might have a look. Yeah, Sean, that the same comment about this sort of they don't like Londoners. That's been put out about Newcastle fans for years and years. People like Pardew, and whenever Pardew was getting stick or trying to think of else, they don't like them if they're not from up north. Players like Rob Lee and Les Ferdinand were absolute legends at Newcastle for years, so it's all bollocks. Lloydo's got Leeds, Brighton, Bayern, Rangers, and Derby all to win at 5-1. Pop that on the screen for you there. Do I reckon Oxford win? Let's have a look. I looked at the Oxford game and I can't remember why I didn't pick it up. I think I was looking mainly for goals picks in that game, and then I couldn't settle on anything, so I left it alone. Where are we? Away to Bristol Rovers. I couldn't talk myself into back in Oxford, but Rovers are in terrible form as well. 2-1's a decent price, to be fair, given Rovers' form. Kenzie's saying Everton are a shambles at the minute. I don't think they've scored in the last 3 now, Kenzie, which is why I just think Luton are worth a punt. Where are we? Yeah, Harry likes Cape Verde as well. Cape Verde team total looks brilliant. Monday night. Don't know what the prices are, if they've changed since we talked about it on the last podcast, but Cape Verde, I think, been very exciting, good to watch. Looking forward to that one on Monday. But a lot of the AFCON stuff has been absolute garbage. Oren Bell does not like the Rangers shout for Lloydo. Oren being our resident Celtic fan. So yeah, Duke saying that AFCON pick, Australia, is around 10:30 tomorrow. I'll be busy. I'll not be watching that. I've got kids football to do tomorrow. Coach the girls team, 10:30. We've got a local derby, Bingham v Radcliffe. Under 14s. Lloydo is reminding me that he's got a horse pick coming up. Not very long. Burdett Road, 6-4, 12:05 at Cheltenham. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it Burdett Road in a little cheeky treble with my 2 goal scorers who are on the screen there. Bosh. Done. Take that off there for a second. Kenzie's got a bold 5-fold. We love bold. Bold's good. Blackpool, Leeds, Peterborough, Derby, Newcastle to win by 2 or more goals, 21-1. Nice. Newcastle winning away from home by 2 goals is definitely bold, I would say. Cape Verde to score 3 or more goals, 6-1. I love that. I'm sure there were something like 6-4 to score 2 or more as well, which looks decent. Sean, I'll pop that back up for you in a second. It was basically every game that was mentioned above over 1.5 goals. So I'll pop it back up. So basically just run through them. Peterborough game, Bolton game, Walsall game, Wickham, Stockport. Any game that is mentioned up there, apart from the goal scorer ones, I think it comes to 10 games in total, all over 1.5 goals. It should be around 10-1, 9-1, 10-1. I'll leave that up there for you. Yeah, we'll hang around till 12:05. We'll watch Lloydo's horse, see whether he's got me off to a good start, and then I'll bugger off, go sit and watch some football. I'm not going to bother putting a bet builder. Normally, we'll put a bet builder together on a lunchtime game, but I'm not bothering with Ipswich. I don't have a clue what's going on with them, to be honest. Let's have a look. I'll say I'm not going to bother, and the first thing I've done is just jump to the Ipswich stats page. Let's see who's getting in amongst the goals for Ipswich lately. There's not many goals between this start and 11 for Ipswich, that's for sure. It looks like Ipswich have made a lot of changes. Looking at the lineup, Edmondson's the only one who seems to be a regular starter. Jack Taylor. It's like a weekend lineup for Ipswich. I'd be steering clear of this game from a betting perspective. Like, total shots. Nathan Broadhead looks the best one for shots. Yeah, dodging that. Not getting involved. Morning, Kyle. How we doing? Let us know if there's anything you fancy today. Oh, Oren Bell's gone for it. No pressure, Lloydo, but you're making a break in Oren's day today. Price for Maidstone to score. Let's have a look. Evens for Maidstone to get a goal. Lloydo is correct. It's Oren's decision. You should have no pressure at all. Anyone who takes picks from anyone, you can't complain if they don't come in. Says the man who gives out tons of losing picks regularly. Sometimes some winning stuff, though. Done okay with these AFL hackers lately. Been very, very close to some really good stuff in the last couple of weeks as well. So hopefully we'll hit all of this today. What we shall see. Kyle doesn't fancy much, but he will be jumping on the Newcastle game. I haven't put anything together for Newcastle yet. No strong picks for me in that game, but I'll be doing the same as you. I'll put a bet builder together. I might stick it in the Telegram if anyone wants it. I don't know what I get a bit. Sometimes I post the bet builders and they're always shite or missed by a whisker. And I think the bet builders aren't like, they're not tips. They're not really strong fancies. I put a bet builder on when I don't fancy something particularly in the game, and I just think let's get something on for a bit of interest. But there'll probably be loads of people moaning that I keep putting shit bet builders out. But I'll pop it in the Telegram if people want to back it. I was going to put a poll in there actually to see what people want to see. Do you want to see more bet builders, more hackers, or more of the singles, the short stuff? I mean, you can get the shorter stuff on the podcast anyway, but I don't know. Really not sure what I'm doing with that Telegram page at the moment. I'm not sure how many of the 350 people in there are paying any attention whatsoever to what I put in there. But I know there's quite a few who do and do appreciate it. So I'll crack on with it for now. What do I think of Senegal v Ivory Coast? Yeah, I think I'm keeping away from the African Nations Cup, but Ivory Coast haven't been good. You would expect Senegal to come out on top of that. I took Senegal to win the whole thing, but just so hit and miss, isn't it? There's been some really exciting games, and then there's been other days where there's literally 3 games on and there's been 1 goal or something. 5 minutes till this horse goes off. I'm not big on the horses. I'll pick them up occasionally when someone puts something out, but I can't spend too much time on horses. I spent enough time as it is on the bloody football. Bit of a strange kick-off time for Newcastle, right? 7 o'clock. Don't know what that's all about. And they've tucked it away on ITV4. Don't know. I mean, it was a strange choice for a TV game, to be honest. So who else is on the TV today? Ipswich Maidstone. And that's it. Newcastle, Fulham. Got another early one tomorrow as well. 11:45. West Brom Wolves. Wolves at evens. Got to be a price on it. Yeah, so I think Oren likes the bet builders going in there, and also Canu. So I will keep putting them in the Telegram. See, I've got close on a few lately. The Liverpool game the other day was a whisker away. We needed a couple of corners. Everything else hit. They are hard to hit, like, but generally, you're taking sort of slightly bigger prices, aren't you? And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep putting them in for now. I mean, Sean, you're right. Honestly, it's not a game I would have chucked on TV out of all of these FA Cup games. I'm sure they could have picked something better for the telly and put it on prime time. But anyway, Orange saying the best game is on at 3:00 today. At 3:00 will just involve me sitting in front of live score, watching all these AFL goals trickle in, or not trickle in. They'll come flooding in. It'll be more than a trickle. Is that 3.5 over 3.5 Aka hits? I did think about going down to Notts today actually, but I've got stuff going on with the kids and stuff around this afternoon, so I had to abandon it. But Notts Barrow, I'm hoping should be a good game. Callum Schultz just wants more Ackers. Callum's regularly chasing me up for Ackers. Duke, I haven't looked at the NFL yet. Tomorrow I will have a go. Me and Malcolm will have a go. We've got a little bit of a kitty that we've built up. We've done well last weekend. I haven't had a proper look. I would love to see the Lions beat the 49ers. Will they do it? Probably not. I think the Ravens beat the Chiefs. But I haven't had a proper look, and I haven't had a look for any picks in the NFL yet. My normal go-to is the props. Done okay with some of them last week, so hopefully can do the same this week. And then we're only a couple of weeks away from Super Bowl. Got a big Super Bowl party planned. There's about 20 of us. So my brother's got a big bar in his house, like a really big bar. His house is an old social club, so he has an old function room in his house with a bar, a pool table, beer pong table, table football, dartboard. We'll have Malcolm there with his blackjack table. 20 of us get together, have a massive night out or night in for the Super Bowl. We have a beer pong competition. We've got a trophy and we've got a plaque on the wall for the beer pong tournament. When I would take it very seriously, I do a live draw and all of that sort of stuff. We'll have a blackjack competition. We'll have sweepstakes on the game, loads of beer, chicken wings, pulled pork, nachos, bratwurst, sausages. Absolutely class. It's one of my favourite nights of the year, Super Bowl. So I run it. I organise it all using my brother's house. Everyone chips in for all the food and drink. And then it's all you can eat, all you can drink all night long. Always a good night. So looking forward to that in a couple of weeks' time. Duke, same as me. Hope for Lions v Ravens. Oren, I used to play poker back in the day. I used to play quite a bit of online poker and cash poker with mates. Me and Malcolm, who do the podcast, both worked in casinos for years. I worked in casinos for about 10 years, I think. Longer than that. Started when I was 18. And I must have... Yeah, 10 years. 10 years I worked in casinos. So me and Malcolm both used to run poker competitions in casinos. And then amongst the staff, we used to have regular games of poker and what have you. And I used to play a lot online, but I think once the kids come along, I just don't have the time for that sort of thing. So I do enjoy the poker. I just don't have the time for it. Too many hours. I did a couple of years ago. Someone set up a local poker league in a pub around here, and I used to go along on a Sunday night and have a game. But I fell by the wayside. Right, where are these GGs? Miler anyway. Going to be a while off declaring a winner on that one. Yeah, if you've got any picks, Duke, for the NFL, let us know. As I say, when I come off here, I'll chuck this graphic thing in the Telegram and Discord. So anyone wants to get on, they can do. Oren, if you've backed it, can you not get it on your whichever site you backed it with? Certainly on 365, you can get the live video. Most books have the live video. If you're taking on a horse, I've got it up on 365 at the moment. Lloyd was saying it's not on telly till later, but yeah, check whichever book you're on. Go to the live button and look for the video option. You should find it. Which one am I looking for then? Yellow, white cap, held up at the back. 10 people sitting here watching me, watching a horse race. As soon as this is done, I'm going to jump off, go watch that Ipswich game, have something to eat. I'm fucking starving. And hopefully back some winners. I'll drop in the Telegram. I'll drop my bet builder for later. Newcastle, Fulham. I'll have to do that live during the podcast. As I say, a reminder, we're doing the podcast 6 o'clock today. Oh, that's right, Oren. I forget Oren's one of the cash bets only. Doesn't do the all online apps. Lee Smith's chucking up. Let's put that on the screen. What have we got? Luton to beat Everton, yes. Wrexham to beat the Bastards. Crewe to beat Salford, and both teams to score in all 3 games is my not going to work. I got £10 returns 3k. So both to score, and Luton, Wrexham, Crewe. Nicely, love it. Love a big punt like that. Let's hope Lee is not going to work next week. You know it is. I'm going to have to stick a couple of quid on that now, aren't I? Of course, that won't be enough for me not to go to work next week, but love it. Yeah, or I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I don't go as wild these days as well. The online apps are too easy. You just go through all day long. But yeah, Australia in the morning, Peru on an evening. I tend to stick to the stuff I know now and far more sensible with it these days. And I put a bit more effort in these days. Now I'm doing the podcast, I think focus more on the stuff that I know. And do a lot more digging and looking into it rather than just blindly taking over 2.5 goals in the Mexican League on a Sunday night just because I'm sat there at 11 o'clock when I have better to do. But yeah, it's good to have the nostalgia of walking into a betting shop anyway, or filling out your paper slip and getting the cash counted back into your hand. Currently sitting in 4th, this horse. Sergino is still the favourite here, but not much between the two of them. Come on, Lloydo. Get us home. There's been very little opinion on the Ipswich game from anyone in here today. I think everyone's of the same mind. Ipswich at 1 to 12 just too short a price to get involved in anything. Then you're looking at stupidly short prices for everything. It looks like Ipswich have made a lot of changes as well, so I'll be steering clear. Gino's going strong here, isn't he? Looks comfortable, Sergino. Don't know where I was going. I wonder. Favourite one. Should have had the 1-2 there, shouldn't we? Unlucky Lloydo. Can't use Acca Freeze. Which site are you using, Callum, for the Acca Freeze? I haven't got involved in any Acca Freeze action at the moment. I'm assuming I think it might be a Sky Bet thing or my Betfair. I'm not sure. I'm generally on Bet365. So the thing is, the problem for me is things like the Acca Freeze and any of the cash out options. All of these things are skewed in the bookies' favour, aren't they? They want you to use them because it turns things back in their favour. But that said, do I use the cash out? Of course, there's plenty of times where you're a whisker away, and for the sake of a few quid, you cash out. But every time you do it, you're doing what they want you to do. It's only there for the bookie's benefit. And I've no doubt the Aka freeze is probably the same, but it's nice to have the options, isn't it? I use 365 because most competitions, if your team goes 2-0 up, you're paid out, so that's always good. Betfair similar these days now. They do the result at 90 minutes. So if all your results are in at 90 and then there's a late goal, you still cash. So it's a decent, those sort of things I think are decent little bonuses to have on your side. I don't use Sky Bet. I fell out with them a while ago and told them to shove it up their arse. So I don't use Sky Bet. I haven't done so for a while. Anyway, that's about enough. I've had 40 minutes. Plenty of people in. Plenty of people have been chatting, letting us know what you fancy. That's all good. Make sure you are following the YouTube page. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the YouTube page before you leave. We'll be back at 6 o'clock, me and Malcolm, doing the next episode of the podcast covering the midweek Premier League. So if you can get involved, jump in the chat because it does help us out a little bit. It's always good to have a bit more interaction and get your thoughts on games as well. So definitely get stuck back in at 6 o'clock if you can. There's nothing else on at 6 o'clock. Newcastle kicks off at 7, so you might as well join us for a bit. If you're having a better day, good luck. Cheers for jumping in. Cheers for letting us know what you fancy. If you're having a go on my stuff, let's hope we smash it. If you're having a go on other stuff, similar, likewise, let's hope Lee Smith is having his week off work next week with his big 300-1 long shot. Cheers, everyone. I'm going to get off, go and watch a bit of football, have some dinner, see to the kids, spend some time with the wife. Not a wife, but you know. That's it. I'm off. See you later. Cheers.